Hello. Hi you guys, I hope you're doing well. And I was gonna come to you with 3 things I wanted to share today. Number 1, my 10-month eczema recovery update, because I've been doing this since January 9th, 2017, and today is the middle of November. How I'm doing. Number 2, I have a recipe that I'm gonna, well, it's not really a recipe, it's my plan for what I'm gonna be making for Thanksgiving dinner. We're going to a big family potluck, and the plan is for me to make some lasagna, and I have some other veggie sides, so I'm gonna show you guys my fantastic recipe. And number 3, a disclaimer, because I feel like you guys think that I'm an expert on this, but I just want to say that I am not an expert. I'm just sharing my experience, my journey, my observations. I certainly don't have all the answers, and I certainly don't have a medical degree. And so I'll go through all this. Hopefully this is under 10 minutes, so bear with me. Might be a little bit of a long video. Number 1, my 10-month eczema recovery update. I am feeling fucking fantastic. I don't know how else to put this. I can finally enjoy a lot of things now that my skin is recovering the way that it is. And when I was here back in August, before I moved back to my apartment in Vermont, I spent the summer here. I was recovering, and it was terrible. I woke up with dead skin all over my bed, all over the floor, and it was just, I was still going through a horrible healing crisis. But since September, so this has been about 2.5 months, about 10 weeks, give or take, the last 10 weeks have been just rapid healing. So it really does take time with this diet for you to start noticing the food, healing your digestion, recovering your immune system, cleansing your cleansing organs, for this to basically start doing its job and to start healing your skin. So it does take time, do bear with it. And if you don't bear with it, sooner or later your eczema will get so bad that you'll come back to this and you'll try it a second time. So I have no worries about you guys. I do have some pictures of how I'm looking right now. I do have a little bit of a breakout going because I did eat out with some friends and family, and I don't eat fried food, I don't eat desserts, I don't eat really high sugary foods. But sometimes there'll be some oil in my food, there'll be a little bit of processed like white flour or like seitan or something like that. I try my best to order the healthiest option wherever we are, but sometimes it'll just escape me and I'll have something that's not ideal, which is fine, because that's why I have fresh fruits and vegetables to get me through and cleanse out as quickly as possible. So I'm compensating by eating a lot more fruits and juicing some vegetables and eating a lot of cooked broccoli, a lot of salads. Any way I can get in more fiber, nutrients, vitamins, whole fresh plants, I'm gonna take that opportunity. The second thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, besides my recovery, you know, I'm having a little of a breakout, but it's nowhere near as bad as eating junk food day in and day out. Eating healthy food day in and day out and a few slip-ups here and there is always going to be a million times better for your skin. But the second thing is my lasagna recipe. I did this recipe for a group of meat eaters back in May when I went to an end of the semester party for some colleagues and classmates. And my professor, he made a pumpkin filled with seafood like stew and fried falafel. So had I not brought that lasagna, I probably would have been doomed. I would have had some fried falafel, and I just want to stay away from fried food as much as possible. What it was whole wheat lasagna noodles, but I have plain because the people who I'm taking this to, I think this is a good introduction to really healthy, whole foods, low-fat, vegan food. I'll compromise with white pasta instead of whole wheat pasta, because whole wheat pasta's got a little bit of a texture to it. I'll say that. I use that. Then I dice up mushrooms and onions, and I saute them in some water. I add garlic powder, salt, and pepper until they are nice and brown. And usually I have no problem with water, so long as you don't like soak it in water, just a little bit, and you add always a little bit water at a time so it cooks. Then I have those cooked up. I take 2 packages of tofu. I have here firm and medium firm. I crumble them up. I add in nutritional yeast, salt, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, and mix the mushrooms with the tofu, and that's my ricotta layer. Super tasty. It tastes almost 100% like cheese. Like it's got like that salty, cheesy flavor. And then for the tomato sauce, I just use any old low-fat tomato sauce, and I layer it. Tomato sauce, noodles, the tofu mushroom filling, and do that twice. Bake it for an hour, and it's freaking amazing. The noodles are tender. The tofu and the mushrooms have this like beautiful cheesy flavor and texture, very savory, and the tomato sauce is just really awesome with everything. So that's my plan for Thanksgiving. And I have some green beans that I'm gonna saute up or roast in the oven. I haven't decided. And because I don't think there's gonna be a whole lot of whole plant foods as I wish they were, I'm gonna bring for myself some baked sweet potato and maybe some cooked quinoa to go with my lasagna, because I want to take special care of myself. But that'll just be me, and there'll be other vegans there eating whatever they wish, and meat eaters eating whatever they wish, and I'm gonna be bringing what I wish. So that was number 2. Number 3, my last thing, my disclaimer. I'm trying to make this a quick video. I do have some of you guys writing me messages, reaching out to me, leaving comments about any like health troubles or questions about the diet and things like that. I can only answer questions on what happened to me, my experience, my observation, and I can answer questions on recipes and what are the best foods to eat and what are foods to stay away from, because in my opinion. But I cannot answer health questions because I am not a doctor. In fact, I am very terrible at biology, and I really don't know how to explain to you why these clean foods heal eczema and why other high-fat, high-acidity, high-protein animal foods and processed foods and refined foods like oils, coffees, and alcohols are bad for you. They just are. To me, it makes sense. You know, eat a very vitamin-rich, alkaline, and fiber-rich diet to heal your skin. I'm sure there's something in there that can explain it, but there's not a lot of research on specifically whole plant foods healing eczema. All I know is that doctors have been using this style of diet. Dr. Greger, Dr. McDougall, Dr. Esselstyn, Dr. Colin Campbell, and the list goes on, to basically heal patients with far severe chronic illnesses like diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, heart disease. You know, they're healing things that are a lot more complicated and life-threatening than eczema. So I just use that format to basically heal my skin. Now, is it 100% the same? No. But has it been working? Yes. And that's all I can go off of. Any specific health problems or questions, I really can't answer that because I'm not a certified doctor, and I certainly don't know how the biology works for this. So I'm very sorry, but I don't know that. But I'm sure if you do have problems, you can go to your health practice physician and ask them those specific questions, but also include to tell them that you're trying to heal your skin and stay away from triggers and things that would cause inflammation, and that's why you're eating this way, but yet you still have questions. I would say stay strict with the diet and keep that in mind, and don't let anybody persuade you to not do the diet. Just look to have help to modify why you would have a health problem, if that makes sense. Because there really is no other way to heal your eczema. Everything else just covers up the symptoms, things like ointments, prescription drugs, and steroids. Nothing is going to heal it like how foods and things that go inside your body will help heal it. Because food is the most intimate thing inside of our body. Everything else is basically on the outside. You know, it's not as close of an interaction. So, with that being said, I'm just gonna tell you guys I'm not an expert in this. I'm just trying my best, and it's been working for me, and I hope you try your best and it works for you. And eventually you'll come to a point where you'll be willing to try anything. And hopefully you'll just try this diet and it'll work for you and things won't cause you problems, at the very least. So that's it. That was my video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it's not too long and confusing and too much to handle, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a happy holiday.